Good morning, honorable members and colleagues. It is about 9:35. We apologize for the late start. Maybe to start with housekeeping issues, honorable members and colleagues. At the bottom of your screen, you will see an interpretation icon. Kindly choose the language of your choice and mute original audio. This will allow you to be able to stick to the language of your choice. Would also like to advise that the proceedings will be recorded and shared after the meeting. Secondly, that there is a chat box or an icon for chat at the bottom of your screen or your cell phone. This should allow you to communicate with the Secretariat on any communication you'd like to make. We also have an icon represented by a hand. Should the honorable members wish to speak in this particular platform, you are kindly free to press that icon. The Secretariat will be observing and will note that you would like to make an intervention. We would also like to indicate that we have an emotion icon where you are allowed to clap hands or indicate your emotions around any intervention that is being made during these proceedings. With that, honorable members, I would not do a roll call, but I would like to share before we start with the formal program, because we don't have an opportunity to be introducing ourselves to each other. But for the benefit of stakeholders and other members who are joining us for the first time, before we start the official proceedings, allow me to share with you the composition of the committee, including the committee secretaries who are servicing this particular committee. Honorable members and colleagues, we have in this committee, which is the Standing Committee on Democratization, Governance and Human Rights. The chairperson is Honorable Jeronima Agostino from Mozambique. The vice chairperson is Honorable Darren Begerman from South Africa. We also have a Standing Committee on Human and Social Development and Special Programs. The chairperson is Honorable Bertha M. Debele from Malawi. The vice chairperson is Honorable Strado Mpanza from Eswatini. We also have a Standing Committee on Gender Equality, Women Advancement and Youth Development. The chairperson is Honorable Pit Ramakwai, chairperson from Lesotho. The vice chairperson is Honorable Messi Gulamali Marijin from Madagascar. We also have another Standing Committee on Gender Equality, Women Advancement and Youth Development. I think there's been a mix-up there. This committee is on trade, finance and infrastructure. My sincere apologies. The chairperson is Honorable Anilen Debele from Zimbabwe. The vice chairperson is Honorable Ruth Adriano Mendes from Angola. We also have a Standing Committee on Food, Agriculture and Natural Resources. The chairperson is Honorable Andre Leon Tumba from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The vice chairperson is Honorable Marapeleng Malefane from Lesotho. We also have a regional women's parliamentary caucus, which is considered as an organ and not a standing committee, which brings together all members of parliament who are nominated to be members of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. The chairperson is Honorable Anne-Marie Bilambangu from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The vice chairperson is Tanzania. However, in view of the ongoing elections, Tanzania is yet to nominate a member to this particular committee. Honorable members, we also have I don't know what is that. Apologies. I'm trying to share another screen. Okay, thank you very much, Ronald. I would also like to share with you, honorable members and colleagues, our committee secretaries. Ooh, what's happening now? Our committee secretaries who will be working directly with the honorable members and providing the necessary technical support for these particular committees. First on the list, we have Committee Secretary, Mr. Shaunene Kurasha, who is the Program Manager for Democracy, Governance and Human Rights and Parliamentary Focal Point. Mr. Shaunene Kurasha has worked with the forum for over 10 years now and is focusing on issues of parliamentary development, elections, peace and security, among others at national and regional level. Their profiles in detail will be shared with those who are interested in looking further into this into their profile. We also have Ms. Luciela Fernandez, who is the committee clerk for the Regional Women's Parliamentary Caucus. We also have Mr. Lai Tula Buange, who is offering transcription services under the parliamentary business. We have Mr. Dennis Gondwe, who is the committee secretary for the Human and Social Development and Special Programs. I forgot to mention where they are. Mr. Gondwe is from Malawi. We also have Ms. Jeline Katre, who will be part of the support to most of these committees, basically focusing on human resource and administration. We have Ms. Betty Zulu, who is the committee secretary for the Gender Equality and Women's Advancement and Youth Development Committee from Zambia. We also have Ms. Edna Kanguya, who is the committee secretary for the Standing Committee on Trade, Industry, Finance and Investment from Zambia. We also have Ms. Elizabeth Hove, who is actually the committee secretary for the Regional Model Law Oversight Committee and will be taking over after my introductions. We also have Mr. Ndamuka, who is basically going to be focusing on channeling most of our successes and issues to the Executive Committee. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I now hand over to Ms. Elizabeth Hove to take over the proceedings.
Greetings from Zimbabwe. Am I audible? Hello?
Kindly speak into your microphone.
I am. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you very lightly though.
Okay. Hello? Now to make it loud. Let me just try. Is that better? Hello?
Kindly proceed. We can hardly hear you. Kindly raise your voice.
Hello?
That's better.
That's better. Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary General, for the introduction. And I just want to greet the honorable members here present. Salutations from Zimbabwe. Now that we've concluded the the introductions, we can go straight into the program of the day, which is that we go through the credentials, which has already been done by the Madam Secretary General. So now we're going into the election for the chairperson and vice chairperson of the Regional Parliamentary Model Laws Oversight Committee. This is going to be done in terms of...
Apologies, we haven't done the welcome remarks.
Oh, sorry, ma'am, there was a point where I was a bit off, that we lost network and I reconnected. Ma'am, please may you proceed to do the welcome remarks.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. Honorable Chairpersons of the various SADC Parliamentary Forum Regional Standing Committees and the Vice Chairpersons, Members of Parliament in attendance, our key partners, funders and collaborators, colleagues from the Fourth Estate working on sexual reproductive health and rights, the cream of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, being our committee secretaries, our interpreters and ICT engineers, colleagues from the SADC Parliamentary Forum, good morning. It's with great satisfaction that I welcome you to the third meeting of the Regional Parliamentary Model Law Oversight Committee of the Forum. As you may be aware, the Oversight Committee has been recently enacted as a fully fledged organ of the Forum under Article 10 of the Forum's Constitution at the 43rd Plenary Assembly. Further to this, resolutions of the committee were made to the 45th and 46th Plenary Assemblies in view of setting the groundwork for this committee and ease it into its mandate, which is the monitoring of the extent to which model laws are domesticated in the SADC member states. For recall, honorable members, I'd like to highlight that this committee was established as a pinnacle of the Forum's objective to conduct interparliamentary cooperation and lead the SADC region through harmonized legal norms on various thematic issues. It is a basic assumption that for any geographical region to fully integrate, there is a need for synergies and similarities to be developed at different levels, including through the state of governance, economic affairs, and legal norms. The more countries are able to adopt similar norms on governance matters, the more they will have joint interests and incentives to collaborate and grow together as one entity. Director of Programs, in accordance with this strategic plan of 2019 to 2023, the Forum aims to promote this collaboration through an alignment of legal norms relating to human rights, the dignity of persons, and democratization, in particular through the development of model laws on HIV, child marriage, and the election processes, without citing the model laws which are in gestation. Honorable members, as we went along this process, it dawned on the Forum that the development of model laws will not be satisfactory on their own, since there will be several lapses in domestication if members of parliament do not intervene. In other words, there is a wide gap between international law adopted by member states, including through the adoption of model laws, and the domestic law which is applicable at national level. Due to the principle of dualism in SADC member states, the legal provisions adopted at international level do not find any application at national level. And this despite instruments of ratification or accession duly made and deposited with relevant authorities. Except for reporting mechanisms under the ratified conventions and treaties to a reporting body established under such treaties, there is no means of holding the member states accountable to its obligation under the convention. Honorable members, in this respect, it has been found that domestication and incorporation of legal norms at national level is the only steadfast way to ensure application and enforcement of same nationally. Honorable members, this is indeed why the Forum has established a dedicated oversight committee to monitor implementation of model laws developed in collaboration with member parliaments. To conduct this noble task, the Forum has provided that only chairpersons of thematic committees of the Regional Women's Parliamentary Caucus, among others, should be members of these particular committees. And in their absence, the vice chairpersons of these particular standing committees. In view of ensuring that the leadership of each committee can pursue the domestication work at committee level, since all organs are to be involved in a holistic manner for domestication to be efficaciously conducted. In addition, honorable members, model laws developed by the Forum are cross-cutting through different thematic issues, as I've already alluded to. And it will be useful for every chairperson and every vice chairperson of these committees to convey and echo the importance of model law domestication in the context of the respective committees through the assistance of the committee secretaries. Honorable members, today is a happy day as I've welcomed you to this particular important committee, including the committee secretaries who are going to be the engine for these committees, including feeding and channeling and aligning issues that are important to these particular committees. We look forward to these committee secretaries to act together and collaborate effectively with main stakeholders involved in advancing the committee's agenda in the months to follow. Honorable members, the committee is very critical. The committee had planned several activities, and allow me to share with you that previously, the previous committee had planned to make an oversight visit to Zambia and other countries in view of discussing domestication issues at national level. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this was not possible. This is an example to demonstrate the momentum that had been reached by the committee and its ability to act as facilitator with national parliaments in identifying issues related to domestication, including our key stakeholders from civil society organization. Right from inception, it was highlighted that the Oversight Committee can, with the guidance and leadership of the various stakeholders, achieve wonders and become a prominent forum organ to promote democratization and socio-economic development for the SADC region. I would thus, honorable members, humbly like to encourage you as chairpersons and vice chairpersons to continue engaging with one another on this committee and to furthermore engage with civil society organizations which conduct shadow reporting as a means to counter-check domestication initiatives made by the executive. With your support and impetus, there is no doubt that the committee can aspire to achieve outstanding results for the benefit of the SADC citizenry as a whole. Honorable members, with these few words, I wish you a fruitful session. I encourage you to vote for a chairperson and a vice chairperson who would embrace the ethos of this particular committees, who would have interest and the capacity to ensure that we reach the required height in ensuring that this committee is operational. A lot of our stakeholders, including our partners and funders, are looking for this value addition of domestication and the intervention of members of parliament in this regard. I thank you for your kind listening.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the welcome remarks, which highlighted the salient features of the committee. Not only work that has been done in the past, but also informing the committee of work that is to be done in the future. I now invite you, Madam Secretary General, to conduct the elections for the Regional Parliamentary Model Laws Oversight Committee Chairperson and Vice Chairperson.
That is the role of the returning officer, the committee secretary. Could Mr. Shodeni Kurasha flash the guidelines for the members and proceed with the elections? Thank you.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, SG. Let me share the guidelines for the elections. Thank you very much. Once again, SG and honorable members, related to the elections, as indicated by the Secretary General earlier on, and also by Ms. Hove, we have to elect the chairperson and vice chairperson for our committee, who will serve for the next 2 years. And let me share with the members the guidelines in terms of the elections, and these guidelines have also been shared with the members in the annotated agenda, item 2. And item 2.1, allow me to just summarize the guidelines. As already indicated, this is our first meeting after your election to be chairpersons and vice chairpersons of standing committees, of your respective standing committees. And in terms of the constitution and the rules of procedure, this committee needs to elect a chairperson and a vice chairperson. And the procedure for election of chairpersons and vice chairpersons for our standing committees and other organs are provided for in Rule 39 of the Rules of Procedure. And the specific provisions 1 and 2 are given there. The role of the chairperson being, the role of the chairperson being to preside over all meetings of the committee, and in his or her absence, the vice chairperson will assume that role. Also, Article 14.3 of the Constitution provides for the principle of rotation in the positions of chairperson and vice chairperson of standing committees and organs. Specifically, it says that members of standing committees holding the position of chairperson, vice chairperson shall retire by rotation, and this means that a member Parliament with members serving in the positions of chairperson or vice chairperson, the standing committee shall not be eligible for re-election to the positions in the immediate subsequent term. This means that countries that have held the positions are not eligible until the rotation cycle is completed. Members are also drawn to Rule 38.5 regarding the gender balance in the election of chairpersons and vice chairpersons of standing committees, which states that as far as it is practically possible, gender considerations shall be taken into account when deciding chairpersonship of committees. Where the chairperson of a committee is a woman, the vice chairperson shall be a man and vice versa. Having shared the principles, we need to draw members' attention to the fact that, as indicated by the SG, the regional model laws, regional parliamentary model laws oversight committee is not a very old organ, and as such, we have only had chairperson and vice chairperson for one term. Founding chairperson and vice chairperson served for the period 2018 to 2020, being Honorable Owavi Ramkalawan from Seychelles, and the vice chairperson was Honorable Divina Oiga from Mauritius, who was later replaced by Honorable Ashley Ito. So, in line with that, or pursuant to that, the countries that are eligible for the position of chairperson and vice chairperson are indicated in the table below. So for the position of chairperson, the ineligible countries, Seychelles, as already indicated. This leaves DRC, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe as the eligible countries. And the vice chairperson, Mauritius, is ineligible. And from the pool of members who are chairpersons of standing committees, that leaves DRC, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe as the eligible members. Honorable members, having dispensed with the guidelines, we now need to move to the stage where we receive nominations for the position of chairperson of the committee. And if we receive one nomination, that nominee will be duly declared as a chairperson. And if we receive more than one, we shall proceed to conduct an election, and we will share with the members the election procedure. We'll done electronically. On the screen, we'll be able to beam a ballot paper, allowing members to vote, and only members who are substantive or attending as proxies, such as the vice chairperson of the Democratization, Governance, and Human Rights Standing Committee, are eligible to vote. Our partners and staff will not vote. With that, may I have the honor of inviting for nominations. When we receive nominations, we will also require that a nomination is seconded for it to be considered regular and valid before we proceed to receive further nominations and then elections. So at this juncture, I have the honor of opening up and invite members to submit nominations for the position of chairperson. Are there any nominations? I will request Mrs. Owe to assist me to identify members. Should they raise their hands? Because I'm sharing my screen, I may not be able to pick them when they raise their hands. Honorable members, you may also verbally indicate your desire to take the floor and nominate a member for the position of chairperson. Are there any nominations?
I'm not seeing any hands being raised right now.
Honorable members, we need someone to be a chairperson. So either way, we need to receive a nomination for someone to serve as chairperson of the committee.
Honorable members,
Yes, yeah. For some reason, I'm sorry to interrupt. For some reason, I raised my hand, but apparently no one has seen me.
yeah, we're not seeing it.
Can you see me
Yeah.
now?
We can hear you, Honorable Tumba. Yes.
Yeah, Honorable Leon from DRC.
Yes. Are you submitting your nomination?
Yeah.
We have
Yes, indeed. I'm submitting
nomination.
my nomination as chairperson.
Okay. With a nomination from DRC.
As a chairperson.
Yes, for the position of chairperson, Honorable Leon Tumba. Do we have a seconder for that nomination?
Sorry, Sheoneni, can you just repeat the name that of the person he nominated, of the honorable member he nominated?
It's a self-nomination. It's Honorable Leon Tumba from DRC.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. Honorable members, shall we receive a secondment of the nominations? Honorable members in the meeting, shall we have someone to second the nomination of Honorable Leon Tumba? Honorable members, we are waiting to receive a secondment for the nomination of
South Africa.
Yes, Honorable Bergman.
Yes, I'll rise to second that nomination.
Thank you very much. We have received a secondment of the nomination of Honorable Leon Tumba for the position of chairperson. So the first name on the ballot paper, that of Honorable Leon Tumba. Honorable members, do we have any other nominations? I will ask again if we have any further nominations. We do not seem to have any further nomination, and in terms of the Constitution and the rules of procedure, I have the honor of declaring Honorable Leon Tumba as the chairperson for the Regional Parliamentary Model Laws Oversight Committee for the period 2020 to 2022. Congratulations, Honorable Tumba.
So much.
You will allow me to have elections for the vice chairperson before I hand over to the moderator and to you. In view of the election of Honorable Tumba as the chairperson of the committee, this leaves the female members of the committee as the only members eligible for the position of vice chairperson. And these, if we check on our list of membership of the committee, leaves Malawi, the chairperson of the Human and Social Development and Special Programs Committee, Honorable Bethan Devele. Also leaves Honorable Jeronima Castillo from Mozambique, who is the chairperson of the Democratization, Governance and Human Rights Standing Committee, and who is represented by a proxy, the Vice Chairperson, Honorable Beckman, as well as Honorable Annie Marie Bilabangu, the chairperson of the Regional Women's Parliamentary Caucus, who is also from DRC. And in view of the fact that DRC already has a candidate for a position, hold the position of chairperson, that also eliminates Honorable Bilabangu, and therefore we have two candidates, being Mozambique Honorable Jeronima Augustino and Honorable Bethan Devele from Malawi. With that guidance, shall I call for nominations for the position of vice chairperson? Are there any nominations?
May I nominate Honorable Ndebele of Malawi, please?
Thank you very much. Honorable Ndebele of Zimbabwe, nominating Honorable Ndebele of Malawi. Honorable members, we have a nomination that needs to be seconded. The nomination of Honorable Bethan Ndebele from Malawi. Is there anyone to second the nomination? Anyone to second the nomination of Honorable Bethan Devele? Honorable members, you can indicate your desire to take the floor verbally, just in case we are unable to notice you raising your hand on the platform.
I second the nomination.
The nomination of Honorable Bethan Devele has received a secondment from Honorable Leon Tumba, and as such, she is duly stated on the ballot paper as the first candidate. Do we have any further nominations?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
I nominate Honorable Doromina from Mozambique.
Honorable
Doromina from Mozambique.
Honorable Jeronima from Augustino from Mozambique has been nominated by Honorable Kete. Is there anyone to second that nomination?
South Africa.
South Africa, Honorable Beckman has duly seconded, and as such, Honorable Jeronima Augustino has been, his name has been stated on the ballot paper. With that, it means we are going to proceed and have elections, and the elections will have two candidates, Honorable Bethan Devele from Malawi and Honorable Jeronima Augustino from Mozambique. Allow me to invite Mr. Ronald Van Wy to put up a ballot paper. The ballot paper will be on your screens, honorable members. You'll be able to select your preferred candidate and then you submit. So you see on your screens right now, there are two candidates for the vice chairperson, one being Honorable Bethan Devele from Malawi and the other one being Honorable Jeronima Augustino from Mozambique. You have to select your preferred candidate And having done that, you submit, and then we'll be able to aggregate the vote and declare the results. So honorable members, please proceed to vote on your screen. If you are having any challenges, please let us know. After meticulous verification, we shall be able to declare. We want to make sure that we have free and fair elections. So honorable members, no multiple voting. We'll be able to see who has voted multiple times, and that constitutes a breach of the electoral code, and it's a criminal offense. Honorable members, please confirm if you have voted. Honorable members, we have received the votes, and the meticulous verification has happened. We will be projecting the results. If your candidate loses, we urge you to remain calm. In terms of the results of the poll, Honorable Bethandebele of Malawi has received 6% of the votes, and that makes Julie elected as the vice chairperson. Honorable Agostinho received 40% of the votes. Thank you very much, and that brings an end to the electoral process. And with that, I would wish to hand over to the SG through I beg leave of the moderator to hand over to the SG to congratulate the chairperson and hand over the reins to him and invite him to preside over the meeting henceforth. Over to you, SG.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shonini Kurasha. Congratulations to our honorable members for this successful election, which has been bloodless and has been accepted by the citizens of SADC. The will of the people has been upheld at this point. Honorable members, allow me to give the floor to Honorable Andrea Luantumba and Honorable Bessa Makindebele to actually give the inaugural speeches. And then after that, Honorable Aden Leo should kindly take over the proceedings of the committee. I thank you, congratulations. You have our support. We look forward to working with you in the next 2 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, General Person. I'm so very happy for this opportunity which has been given to me again. As a member of the parliament and also member of FP SADC, I'm so glad to be a chairperson for this committee. At the same time, I need to say that I wouldn't work alone. We'll be working together. We need our FP SADC to shine in the future. We need also our laws, which has been voted in FP SADC region, to be also implemented in our national parliament. I need your support. I need your experience. That's the best I can tell. And shine SADC is fair. Thank you so much.
Honorable Tumba, thank you very much for those remarks. I now invite, we now need you to take over the proceedings. So may you invite the Vice Chair to also give her remarks, and then you can continue with the program.
The Chair may now invite the Vice Chairperson to give her, okay. The volumes are quite low.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think my microphone has been the problem. I'm inviting now the Vice Chairperson to take the floor, please.
Honorable Ndebele,
Honorable Ndebele,
you are muted. Staff from Parliament of Malawi, please assist the Honorable Ndebele to unmute.
Hello, everyone. Honorable members, sorry, I'm on the road. I'm driving, so that's why you have been seeing me on and off. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank the honorable member that nominated my name, and also the one that seconded, and those who voted for me. It's a great honor to be voted for vice chair, and I would like to congratulate the chair for being voted for chair, and I would also want to join him to say we are going to work hand in hand to enhance the goals and objectives of the committee. And as the chair has already alluded to, we all need to work together so that we achieve our goals as SADC, and also working on the model rules that will make our SADC region very vibrant. So with those few remarks, I would like to accept the position, and also to say thank you to everyone for this great opportunity. It's an honor. Thank you so much, Chair.
I believe we can proceed with the program. There's still one item left on today's agenda.
Moderator, the Honorable Tumba is muted.
Is muted.
Honorable Tumba, please unmute and take over the proceedings as guided by
Yes.
the moderator.
Can you hear me now?
Sure. Yes.
Thank you so much, the Vice Chairperson, for the speech. As I said at the beginning, we need to work together, and we will do everything in order to implement SADC FP laws into our modern national parliament. And as I said, we need, to support each other in this experience and also this opportunity. The reason being is because we need SADC to shine. We need SADC to be a very good example everywhere we've been. That's the best I can get. So I'm ending now. I'm also to have a schedule for the next meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson. At this point, thank you for this opportunity to just walk the committee through its mandate for the period of 2020 to 2021 over the next 2 years. The files that we sent to the committee in preparation for this meeting included a document titled Terms of Reference for the Regional Parliamentary Model Laws Oversight Committee. Basically, this is a document that highlights where the work of the committee emanates from. In particular, that is Article 16.4 of the SADC PF Constitution. It lists about 15 items there. which basically are the basis of your work. The SG alluded to a number of them in her opening remarks, but I'll just highlight a few salient ones. It shall be the responsibility of the committee to monitor and evaluate progress when it comes to domestication of model laws that emanate from the SADC Parliamentary Forum. And in doing so, the committee shall be responsible for advising, facilitating, and supporting matters that relate to the domestication of such laws. All these items listed A to O basically surround those kind of issues. And I'm sure members have had the opportunity to read through them. So in essence, I would like to believe that holistically, we are on the same page. I don't know whether there are any questions that require answers on our part in that regard, because I think reading through each one might be a tedious exercise. No? Honorable Chair. I don't know whether
No, I don't
I'm
think there's
inviting.
any question actually. Pardon me?
I was inviting questions, if there are any questions regarding the terms of reference that we had circulated to members. And I was just highlighting a few of the salient issues, salient areas where the committee must concentrate, in addition to what the SG had spoken to in her welcoming remarks at the beginning of this meeting.
At the present, I don't have any question. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Honorable, we can hear you. But perhaps
Yeah,
the committee may have some questions emanating from their terms of reference.
To me, it sounds to be very clear. There's no really question I have, unless the vice chairperson have a question.
Okay.
Personally, I don't have any questions.
That brings, if there are no questions, Chairperson, that will bring us to the conclusion of our meeting, and I hand over back to you because we're done with the program for the day.
Thank you so much to all members for this opportunity, for this meeting. And as I said, as there's no more question, there's no need to continue for this meeting. However, I just need to end this program for today. Thank you so much. Good luck to everyone. And try to protect yourself from COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.